Hey everyone, Rebecca here, broadcasting from garage number 4. Welcome to video number 1. The topic of this video is going to be what exercises to do if you want to lose weight. Now, I belong to some groups on Facebook and follow some people on Instagram, and I feel like there is a lot of misconception and misunderstanding when it comes to the fitness field. So I'm starting these videos so that I can share my experience and my knowledge and maybe teach you something or give you a great basis for fitness. All right, so the topic is, what exercises do you need to do to lose weight? Which I find is a very common question. Now, the primary objective of exercise is to bring about a change in healthy behavior so that an individual, adapts to a more active lifestyle, okay? It's about creating a reasonable long-term adherence and a good fit with your specific client or whatever individual you're working with. About 50% of clients drop out of an exercise program within a year. The ACSM, American College of Sports Medicine, has done some studies, and that is their data. So that being said, it's way more complex than just having a list of exercises that will help you lose weight, okay? So there's a psychological aspect to this as well. First, you need to look at your life. Are you working out consistently? The ACSM says every individual should be exercising at least 150 minutes a week, which ends up divvying out to 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. If you're not exercising at least 150 minutes a week, then you are not considered to be physically active. So the first step to getting you into that physically active category is to get you active, to get you physically active. Now, how do you do that? Okay, so there's a lot of psychological aspects. So first, we need to figure out why you are not working out. There's some really interesting questionnaires that I use with my clients to try and figure this out. So you need to figure out why you aren't working out. So what are the reasons? Do you think you don't have time? Do you not even think about working out at all? Once you've narrowed that down, the first step might be to start thinking about working out consistently, just to get the idea in your head. If you think it's more of your time, sit down, you look at your schedule and figure out where exactly you can fit in some physical activity to add up to 150 minutes a week to start. So you might even, depending on your current physical activity, need to start with a lower intensity. So let's talk about intensity, okay? So starting, if you are a unfit, sedentary individual, 3 times a week of gradual progression is what you want to start with to lose weight. So you want to go from that sedentary, not fit, not active, not physically active category, and you want to turn that into an active category, okay? Now, when you think about moderate intensity or individuals that are in that range, they should progress up to a minimum of 5 times a week, especially if they're trying to maintain their weight. And now, if we go to the higher intensity spectrum, those individuals should exercise at least 3 times a week, but there is an emphasis on being very, very careful, okay? So not applying intense exercise too frequently, so too many times a week, because studies show that 5 days a week at vigorous intensities is associated with a higher incidence of musculoskeletal injury, okay? I'll put a definition for musculoskeletal injury as well down below, if you're wondering. Now, when it comes to what exercises you need to do, okay? You're at the point now where you're adding it into your schedule. What kind of exercises do you do? Now, the answer is aerobic exercise activities, or as the general population likes to call them, cardiorespiratory endurance exercises, okay? So I'll put the definition of those two at the bottom of the screen as well. Now, we want exercises that involve large muscle groups, such as walking, hiking, running, stair climbing, swimming, cycling, basketball playing, and these all depend on your level of fitness. So the American College of Sports Medicine has categorized these activities into 4 different groups, okay? A, B, C, and D, and we're gonna go through those. So, A category are activities that require minimum skill or fitness, okay? So particularly appropriate for those who are in the low fitness level and just getting started on an exercise program, okay? So activities like walking, leisurely cycling, aqua aerobics, slow dancing, great exercises to start with. Now, in the B category, we have activities that require minimum skill, but an average or higher level of fitness. So these are particularly appropriate for those who are regularly active and have at least an average level of fitness. So these activities are things like jogging, rowing, spinning, aerobics, elliptical exercises, stepping exercises, dancing fast, things like that, okay? So moving on to the C category. These are activities that require skill to perform. So this is more of a category where if you have the skill to perform something well, do that. You don't want to waste your energy on trying to dance if you're using more energy not doing it correctly, okay? So category D is next. Now these are activities that include things like recreational sports, and they require both skill and intensity. And they're particularly appropriate for those who are regularly active, have at least an average level of fitness, and but some of these exercises can be modified for people that are of lower fitness levels. Examples include racket sports, so tennis, paddle, basketball, downhill skiing, snowboarding, hiking, things like that. Now, weight-bearing exercises are very important for bone density. However, if you are overweight and in that low fitness level or have orthopedic issues such as osteoporosis, you should be very cautious with high impact or highly repetitive activities. And you should more resort to the low impact activities. Things like walking, cycling, water aerobics, not a lot of pressure on your body, whereas running is a little bit more, it's more of a weight-bearing activity, okay? Now, weight-bearing activities are very important, but if you have any of these, if you are, have any orthopedic issues, if you are highly overweight, and if you are very, very low, have very low activity levels, you should reach out to a fitness professional so that they can correctly apply resistance training, weight-bearing activities like, bands, free weights, weighted machines, even your body weight, okay? But you should really reach out to a fitness professional because this is good for your maintaining bone health, but also has a high risk of injury if you do things like this on the side and you don't really know what to do. And last but not least, incorporating a variety of activities is always helpful, okay? So it's helpful for boredom. It's also helpful for promoting long-term commitment and reducing risk of overuse injuries. We see these injuries a lot in marathon runners, softball players when it comes to their rotator cuffs or, what's that called? Labrum tears, things of that nature, okay? We also see these kind of injuries in children who their whole lives have done the same sport and excessively over time, they've used these same muscles, done the same movements, and they are very prone to overuse injuries. But that is for another video. So that's it for today. I really hope you like this video about how to get started, what exercises to do if you want to lose weight. So if you have any questions, post them below, email me, and I'll try and answer as many as I can. Thanks for listening.